We saw home prices go up, homes sell faster, and we're off to a strong start for Q1 of 2026. I'm Garrett Stewart, your real estate agent for Northern Nevada, and let's take a look to see what happened for March of 2026 in the Reno real estate market. Let's jump right into prices. We went from up to $597,000 for the month of March. Compare that to the same time last year, we were around $580,000, so we have gone up year over year for increase for the median sales price in Reno. Jumping into median days to contract, how quickly are homes going under contract in our area? We went from 22 days to 15 days, almost the same as last year where it was 14 days last year. Now this is where it starts to get interesting, the median days to contract by price range. And what that means is we're looking at all these different price segments at the bottom here, and you can see how quickly some of these price ranges are selling. So that $400,000 to $499,000 price range went from 12 days to contract last month, or February, to March, it went from basically 6.5 days, less than a week, homes are going under contract in that price range. So if you are thinking of listing in that price range, be prepared to hopefully have your home sold pretty quickly. You can look at all the other price ranges. Look at the $1.5 million plus, and it went from 129 days to 19, less than 3 weeks essentially. So homes have been selling pretty much across the board faster, every single price point. We're starting to see that new inventory starting to sneak into our market, and we desperately need it because, as you see, those black bars have been the inventory for the last few months. So this is going back to September, and you can see we were over 1,000. That was the last time we were over 1,000 homes for sale in the Reno Sparks market, and it's been trending downward all the way until February. March, we saw it finally go up from 605 homes for sale to 618. And that's mostly because we saw the new inventory finally start to sneak up. So the white bar there in the middle of each one is the new inventory. We had been seeing that climb or go down, and we saw it finally go up. So it went from 343 up to 533. Let's jump into that inventory a little bit closer though, and you can see that the inventory had been climbing upwards and peaked in July of last year. And that was a little over 1,200 homes, right? Well, and then it's been coming down since then, and basically the low point was 605. Compare that, 605 February was the lowest in the last year and lowest in a long time. So we saw homes because of that selling quicker, but we just saw homes just inventory edge up just slightly. But you compare that to the same time last year, 825 last year. So nearly 200 homes less than just a year ago. Now let's look a little bit more in depth in the price points again, and that tells us a little bit more of the story. So again, that $400,000 to $500,000 price point, 56 homes for sale in February to 45 homes for sale in March. So lot less there. Same 500 to 600,000 went down from 118 to 95. Interesting, the 750 to 999 went from 131 to 155. So we saw a little bit more inventory kick in there, and same in the 1 to 1.5 million edged up and added a few more homes as well. But for the most part, almost every price category stayed pretty close to the same or downward minus a couple categories. So we'll keep track of that, but that's very helpful if you're looking to purchase in the market, what your options might be, as well as if you're looking to sell your home, how your competition looks. Now this is what tells us the main factor here of what's going on in our market, how strong it is. And you can see the month's supply of inventory. And what we do is that lower the number, more stronger it is towards the seller's market. And you can see we went from 1.9 months supply in February down to 1.5 months supply. Compare that to the same time last year, and we were at 2 months supply. So that means it is favoring sellers more. We are seeing more multiple offer situations, especially in some of those competitive price points that have the lower inventory. Those homes are going on the market, they're selling in potentially less than a week, and because of that, they're getting multiple offers out there. So I've been, in the last 30 days, I've gotten some that literally we went, over asking on, changing the terms, and we've been pretty good. Out of the last 4 contracts I did, 1 was a new build, and the other 3 were all multiple offer situations. So have to get really aggressive in that in the current market right now. So now let's see where we are since we just finished Q1 of the year. Let's see how we are on track for compared to previous years. So this is new listings year to date. So that's January through March of every single year this year and previous years. So that's just looking at their first 3 months as well, first quarter of every single year. And you can see we actually had less listings come on the market this year than last year. We had been edging upward. 23, 24, and 25 were all starting to increase. We're kind of getting closer to the normal times, but we are lower than we normally are. We haven't seen as many listings come on the market, and that's because of that has been more favorable for the sellers. So it's a good opportunity potentially for sellers in the market right now with less competition. What's interesting, even though we have less listings coming on the market, that still translated to more sales year to date. So again, looking at the first 3 months of every year, we went from 970 first quarter of last year to 998 this year. So that's the most since 2022. So we're still below what we'd expect. We should still see that number over 1,000, closer to that 1,200-ish range. So we're still a couple hundred short of sold homes, but we're on the right track of recovery. And one of my forecasters is this pending sales by month, and that's kind of just showing us how strong our market is going and what we're likely going to be seeing in terms of closed sales for the next month. And they have been tracking upward consistently since December. And you can see 536 homes went under contract in March. So what that tells us, one, you look across the last year, and it's the highest of any of those out there. So we're seeing strong numbers come of homes going under contract right now. And again, we're seeing not as many homes go on the market, but we're seeing these pending sales go up. So definitely need some more inventory. If you're thinking about it, might be a good time. Now let's take a look in some of our hyperlocal markets, starting with Reno. $632,000 median sales price. That is up year over year, so we did have a little bit equity gain there. But take a look at the inventory year over year is down more than double digits. So we are seeing that inventory again downward trend there. But the closed sales is up still. And we did edge up. New listings still technically went up year over year for Reno, just over 1%, but still was not enough to get that inventory level up. Heading to Sparks, median sales price was up for there as well. Inventory down 31%. So definitely need some inventory in there. New listings was down just slightly, less than 1% for Sparks. And that closed sales is actually still up, though, more than double digits. So definitely still seeing lots of activity in Sparks. Carson City, $537,000 median sales price. That is down a little more than 2% year over year. But you did see that inventory is down over 11%. There are only 56 homes for sale in the market, 52 new listings and 42 sold. So we're seeing, year over year, the solds are down for Carson City. So you'll start to see all these different markets kind of have different things going on there. But let's keep going. So let's take a look at Fernley. Been a very strong market that I've been seeing so far. So median sales price is up year over year decently, just under that $400,000 price point. 32 homes, that's it, 32 homes for sale in Fernley. That is down 57% from this time last year. So there's not a lot of homes out there. Great opportunity for those Fernley sellers right now out there. And there's still some opportunity for buyers as well, but it's just a little bit more competitive. We need to have some strategy sessions around that. New listings, even though they were up month over month and year over year, still was not enough to keep up with that inventory. As you can see, 33 homes sold. Heading down to Minden and Gardnerville areas, you can see $725,000 median sales price. Decent increase year over year, over 11%, so pretty strong there. That inventory is at 97 homes there. That is significantly down from last year. New listings did go up. We had 60 new homes come on the market, and we had 45 sales, so decently increased from the same time last year. We're going to close out with Reno and Sparks, and specifically the condo and townhome market. So $350,000 median sales price there. It is down from this time last year. We did see inventory come down quite a bit, down more than 20%, as well as new listings. So new listings are down almost 10%. And then, but we still had an increase in sales from last year. So we have seen things move around. But if you are curious specifically on what's going on in your market, areas, price point and areas are making a big change on, different things that are going on. So if you are curious and want to meet, text me, email me. My information is going to be below. You can give me a call. I'm happy to chat over the phone with you, grab a cup of coffee, whatever you're comfortable with, and we can kind of go through that and see if it's the right time for you. And I've been an agent for 12 years and been studying this market for you. So let's get together, check it out, and see how you can win in this real estate market for 2026. If you want my market guide, we just came up with the first quarter market guide. I can do that as well. Just send me a text or email saying market guide, and I will get that to you as well. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Hit that like button if you haven't yet. That really helps out the algorithm for me. So hit that, and then I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.